All right, let's just jump right in. We're talking about belly fat today, but probably not in the way you're used to thinking about it. Forget the numbers on the scale for a minute. We're going to look at this for what it really is, a super complex, incredibly active, and, let's be honest, ridiculously stubborn biological puzzle.
I mean, this is the million-dollar question, right? You're eating clean, you're hitting the gym, but that fat around your middle just will not budge. It's so frustrating. But I'm telling you, the answer has absolutely nothing to do with willpower or being lazy. The real reason is buried deep inside our own biology, and we're about to dig it up.
So, first things first, you have to understand that not all fat is created equal. Seriously, your body actually has two very different kinds of fat, especially in your belly. One is mostly fine, but the other is a real troublemaker. So let's meet the villain of our story, visceral fat. Now, this is not the soft, squishy stuff you can pinch. Oh no. This is the deep internal fat that's packed in around your vital organs, your liver, your intestines. And look at those key words there, hidden and active. This stuff isn't just taking up space. It's a dynamic living thing that's actively messing with your health.
And this chart just lays it out perfectly. Over on the left, you've got subcutaneous fat. That's the pinchable layer right under your skin. Its main job is just storing energy. But on the right, visceral fat is a whole different animal. It's hidden deep, it's what creates that firm, kind of hard belly, and its role is anything but passive. It literally acts like its own organ, pumping out hormones and signals that can cause all sorts of problems. And just so you know, this is not some rare issue. Over 70%, 70, of adults in developed countries are dealing with excess abdominal fat. That is a massive number, and it just goes to show you how much our modern world is clashing with our ancient biology.
Okay, so why do we care so much? Because this deep, visceral fat is basically a factory for health issues. It's constantly fueling low-grade inflammation throughout your body. It messes with your insulin, which is a straight path towards type 2 diabetes. It's directly tied to heart disease, fatty liver disease, you name it. So yeah, this is not about fitting into your genes. This is about your fundamental, long-term health.
So you're probably thinking, if this fat is so bad for me, why on earth does my body hold on to it like its life depends on it? Well, that's because, for thousands of years, it kind of did. This isn't a flaw in your system, it's an ancient feature. You're running on some seriously old survival software. This right here, this is the mental shift we all need to make. Your body doesn't see that stubborn belly fat as the enemy. It sees it as its emergency fund. It's an insurance policy designed to keep you alive when food was scarce and life was hard. Just think about it for a second. Your body is running on an operating system that was coded for a world without grocery stores, without refrigerators, a world where your next meal was never, ever guaranteed. In that world, being really, really good at storing energy wasn't just helpful. It was the secret to staying alive. And the belly? Well, it turned out to be the absolute perfect spot for this emergency stash. It's right in the center of your body, so it's like a quick access energy wallet. It also gives your vital organs a physical cushion for protection, and, it's just the most efficient place to pack energy away. Your body isn't broken, it's just following a very, very old set of rules.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. If belly fat is your body's most prized possession, it makes sense that it would be heavily guarded, right? This isn't just passive storage, it's a biological fortress, and it actively defends itself. This is such a game changer. We think we can just burn fat off with enough willpower, but belly fat, it pushes back. It has its own built-in defense mechanisms that are designed to preserve it no matter what. So who are the guards at the gate of this fortress? Well, let's meet the two main ones, cortisol and insulin. When you're stressed out or you sleep poorly, your body floods with cortisol, and its main command is store more fat in the belly, now. And when you eat sugary or refined carbs, insulin rushes in and not only encourages fat storage, it literally locks the doors on your fat cells so the fat can't get out. And it gets even smarter than that. Your fat cells have these little receptors on them, like gates. Beta-2 receptors are the go signal. They tell the cell to release fat. But alpha-2 receptors are the stop signal. Well, guess what? The fat cells in your belly are packed, and I mean packed, with the stop receptors and have very few of the go receptors. It's biologically designed to hit the brakes.
And if you want the nitty-gritty science, here it is. You can see right here that visceral fat is way more sensitive to stress hormones like cortisol. It's constantly pumping out inflammatory stuff. And here's the kicker. Even though it has great blood flow, it's incredibly resistant to actually letting go of the fat it's holding on to. It's stubborn on a cellular level. I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? Belly fat isn't just a result of your lifestyle, it's an active player. It literally manipulates your body, making you hungrier and slowing down your metabolism, all in an effort to protect and grow itself. It's wild. Okay, I know that all sounds pretty bleak, but here's the good news. While you can't win by attacking this fortress with brute force, you absolutely can outsmart it. This whole thing isn't about fighting your body, it's about learning the rules of its ancient game and using them to your advantage. So, that's the real question, isn't it? If extreme dieting and 1,000 crunches a day is just banging your head against a locked gate, then what actually works? Well, the answer is strategy. You have to get the guards to stand down and then unlock the doors from the inside. And here's the game plan, broken down into 4 key parts. We have to get control of the hormonal guards, we need to use specific kinds of exercise, and we absolutely have to tackle the 2 biggest triggers for fat storage in the first place: bad sleep and high stress. It's a full-on, holistic mission. First up, nutrition. And this isn't about counting every last calorie. This is about managing that hormonal guard, insulin. By prioritizing protein and fiber, you keep your blood sugar stable. By choosing anti-inflammatory foods and limiting the obvious culprits, sugar, refined junk, alcohol, you are literally taking away the signal that tells your body to store fat. Second, you have to be smart about your workouts. We now know that things like high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, are especially good at targeting that dangerous visceral fat. Strength training is your other best friend because building muscle turns your body into a fat-burning machine 24/7. And let's just bust this myth once and for all. Crunches are great for building ab muscles, but they do zero, zilch, nada to burn the layer of fat that's covering them. Part 3 might be the most powerful and most overlooked secret weapon of all: sleep. Getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep is non-negotiable. Why? Because just one bad night can make your stress hormone, cortisol, go through the roof. And what does cortisol do? It tells your body to store belly fat. A cool, dark room and a regular bedtime aren't luxuries. They are fundamental tools for fat loss. And that brings us to part 4, stress management. This is cortisol's other main trigger. If you're chronically stressed, you are sending a constant, blaring alarm signal to your body to hang on to that emergency belly fat. Simple things, meditation, a few deep breaths, even a quick 5-minute walk outside can break that cycle and tell the hormonal guards to, just stand down. So look, if there is only one thing you remember from all of this, let it be this right here. Belly fat is not a calorie problem. It is a hormonal signaling problem. You can't starve it and you can't crunch it into submission. You have to change the hormonal environment that's telling it to stick around. And when you do that, you're not just losing weight, you're finally working with your body's ancient programming instead of constantly fighting against it.